Brendan flew in from Orlando.
Ryan flew in from Baltimore.
And we met up in Dublin, meeting our host Tiernan Byrne from Club Choice Ireland. We hit the ground running on the wrong side of the road as we made our way to our first base, Malahide. We stopped at the Malahide Castle and Gardens to stretch our legs, get a bite to eat, just get acclimated to being on Irish soil. Then we made our way to where we would call home for the next 2 nights. The Grand Hotel Malahide is a gorgeous hotel that dates to 1835. And while a bit of a labyrinth, it features gorgeous guest rooms, a hotel residence bar, and most importantly, fantastic views of the Malahide coast, just a few steps from downtown Malahide. We had to fight jet lag, so we did the smartest thing we could. We went into town and started drinking. Gibney's is a legendary pub where we popped the top on our first Guinness of the trip. Then we made our way around the corner to Duffy's, where the skylights let in plenty of light, and the friendly bartending staff helped us get the lay of the land. We could talk all night, and, well, we did, but we had golf to play in the morning. So we had to get home, get back into our bed, and get ready to play the first round of our trip. Our first round of the trip took us to County Louth Golf Club, known to many as Baltray. We took the hour-long drive up north through Drogheda to the club. We were given a proper introduction to Irish golf with some mild rain and wind in the morning, and a warm welcome from the staff at the club where so much Irish golf history has happened. After a great breakfast, it was time to start the first of our 6-round trip around Ireland's ancient east.
County Louth, back-to-back putts, par fives. Did you go birdie?
Par birdie.
Par birdie with about a 90-footer. Nothing but net. Tiernan Byrne, how about that putt?
Beautiful. Thing of beauty.
Man's on fire.
Disgusting, really, isn't it?
The opening holes of County Louth play tighter and then give way to what appear to be more generous landing areas. The greens are the story of the front 9 at Baltray, with subtle undulations and breaks that really confuse a golfer, and lots of mounding to test your short game.
Holy smoke, go in the hole. Great shot.
The bunkering is an absolute delight. They're right where you want to be a lot of the time, but the side layered faces remind you that even in the sand, you're in the right place.
12th hole.
The dunes are incredible. The way that it cuts off your view of the green, but you know that it's big back behind the hills. It's framed so perfectly by the dunes.
Taking a poke, poking a pig.
County Louth comes to a crescendo in the middle of the back 9. You finally climb the drivable par 14. The tee box gives you your first perfect glimpse of the Irish Sea. It's something you can hear for the first time on the 6th hole, and then you snake your way around to this high point. The 14th is a drivable par 4 with all kinds of pain waiting for poor drives and poorly executed approach shots. It was one of my favorite golf holes of the entire trip. Coming to the 18th tee, I was even par on the day and needed a birdie on the par 5 to open up the trip under par.
All right, Mr. Ballingy for the eagle. 330-yard drive followed by a 200-yard pitching wedge.
I hit my longest drive of the day off the tee and left an eagle putt just off the green.
Fine birdie, sir.
Thank you. We're not giving him that, are we?
Hell no.
What?
Good round there, sir.
Thank you.
Cheers, Brendan.
Pleasure.
It was a blast.
Brilliant, Ryan. Thanks very much.
Amazing.
Enjoyed that, lads.
Wonderful day.
What a great day to start the trip. We went back to Malahide to celebrate.
Welcome to Port Marnock.
On the third day of the trip, we played our second golf course, taking a short cab ride from the Grand Hotel Malahide down the coast to Jameson Golf Links. The former Port Marnock Golf Estate was in the process of changing its name after recently bringing back architect Bernhard Langer to update 6 holes on the course. Jameson opens up with playing a shorter length par 4 right into the heart of the Jameson family cemetery, as the air traffic comes into the Dublin airport overhead. The opening holes at Jameson Golf Links flirt with one another's space before giving way to a more link-style routing, with beautiful bunkers, several semi-blind approach shots, and the newer holes that up the challenge. Both 9s at Jameson Golf Links play their way towards the water and more elevated greens and tee boxes. The course is most stunning at these higher points, with captivating green complexes, especially on the short par 3s.
Get out of town.
What started as a foggy, cloudy morning gave way to a beautiful sunny day that opened up views to the coastal islands, as well as locals walking and playing with their dogs on the beach. From Jameson, we made our way from south of Malahide into Dublin itself for a full afternoon of sightseeing. First, we stopped at Croke Park, which is home of the Gaelic Athletic Association and all the biggest Gaelic sports, including hurling and football. We got to walk out of the tunnel to hear the ovation County athletes here as they enter 90,000 waiting fans. Then we crossed town to visit St. James Gate and the Guinness Factory, enjoying some custom printed pints with the best views of the city.
It was time to make our way out of the capital Dublin and down further south into Ireland's ancient east. We hopped into our car and started making our journey in between the mountains and throughout the southeastern Irish countryside. It would be a 2-hour highway drive to our launching pad, which would be in Wexford City, County Wexford. But our next golfing stop was the incomparable European Club. The European Club is the masterpiece of golf writer turned architect Pat Reddy. As he likes to tell it, he scoured the entire Irish coastline by plane for the perfect land on which he could construct the best golf course in the world. It turned out, as he says, to be the last place that he'd looked. It took Reddy 5 years to build the European Club. Still some 30 years later, Reddy's been tinkering with it on occasion, watching it perch in an apartment above the Spartan clubhouse. The European Club opens with a warm handshake, but difficult holes in the lowest portions of the property give way to incredible views of the city.
Every hole is just unique.
It took Reddy 5 years to build the European Club. Still some 30 years later, Reddy's been tinkering with it on occasion.
Oh, great out.
The mammoth dunes dot the landscape, separating portions of the course into their own theaters. But it's the holes along the water that are most breathtaking. And sometimes, the call of the ocean is too strong, even for the best of golfers. As the sun started setting at the European Club, it was clear this is one of the most special golf courses on the planet.
Not too shabby.
And we were so fortunate to get to play it. After a long night out in Wexford, drinking, making friends, and telling stories, we got up early to see the fishing boats at their docks.
Well, deadliest catch action, huh?
It's incredible. I've never seen like a real fishing boat, a real commercial fishing boat.
But the main attraction of the day was visiting Tiernan's home club in a true hidden gem.
Morning, guys. Welcome to Rosslare Golf Links.
Rosslare Golf Club is just one of 50 true links courses in Ireland, and the old course dates back to 1905. The holes run up and down the coastline with beautiful dunes fronting the water. The Borough Links short course, which plays out to a peninsula, features what may be one of the most beautiful par 3s in the world in the 147-yard sixth hole. You can play Rosslare for the rest of your life and be absolutely thrilled with the opportunity. Superintendent Mark Doyle and his staff take great care of the course. Tiernan's a lucky man to call this place home. After a great morning at Rosslare, we then took a bit of a jaunt down the coastline to the Hook Lighthouse, the oldest continuously operating lighthouse in the world, commissioned by William Marshall in the early 1200s, and home to an incredible view of the Irish coast.
Our time in Wexford had come to an end, and it was time to make the bucolic drive to our next destination.
All right, day 6.
Mount Juliet.
Jack Nicklaus design, 1991. Parkland course. It looks really cool. The grounds are really neat.
Hosted multiple Irish Opens, multiple World Golf Championships events. Tiger Woods won here. It's a special place.
Mount Juliet felt strangely familiar, having played other Jack Nicklaus designs around the world. Nicklaus asks the golfer to answer so many questions with daring consequences for answering wrong. But it was also the place where I, once again, almost had my first hole-in-one.
That close.
Then we made the short trek from Mount Juliet to Kilkenny and got the tour of a lifetime.
My name is Evan Cody, and I'm coming to you here from the beautiful medieval capital of Ireland in Kilkenny, and I run the Shenanigans Walking Tour, and we're going to have a mixture of history, stories, a little bit of fun, and some magic as we go around, and of course a little bit of shenanigans. So here we go.
Nevin gave us a wonderful tour through the living history of Kilkenny, with so many laughs and fun facts and insights as we explored the town. So much Irish history, really world history, has happened in Kilkenny, and Nevin brought to life a lot of words and phrases and sayings that came about as a result of that history. A story of tribal rule, the British domination of the country, and the true free Ireland into the modern day. Kilkenny is a city that blends the old and the new so well, going between decades and centuries, just a few steps apart. Nevin showed us so much while keeping the laughs coming.
And the last thing we're going to do today, Ryan, is actually going to test to see if in fact you are a witch.
Okay.
So I'm going to get you to hold up your left hand. There you go. And in a moment we're going to get this needle. It's going to go right through the centre of your hand, but you won't feel anything because you're a witch.
I'm a witch.
Yeah. And if he does scream out with pain, folks, it just means he's pretending. That's all I'd say to you now. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, sorry, that was my mistake. I noticed some blood from the earlier tour today. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You didn't move your hand again. That's okay. You can put your hand down. I'm not allowed to do that anymore. Not since the incident.
Kilkenny was such a great city, full of life, with lots happening at night. With just one night in town, we made sure to walk around and take in as much as Kilkenny as we could, including the fine breweries and other establishments.
So what do we got here? What's your flight?
So you have the stout, black marble stout, Sullivan's, the golden ale, and the red ale.
Kilkenny had a unique flavor. Even among the Irish towns and cities we saw on our trip, If you're ever traveling in Ireland's ancient east, it's a must visit.
Our final golfing stop of our journey took us from Kilkenny back toward the coast to Druids Glen Resort. The five-star resort was originally built in the 16th century as Woodstock House, which still stands today. The bucolic drive took us up and down the hillsides of County Wicklow and through some of the most historically important territory in Ireland. The location is invigorating, with elevation changes aplenty and just enough of an awareness of the sea to remind you of where you are in the world. When Pat Ruddy designed the 7,200-yard championship golf course, dubbed the Augusta National here for its immaculate plantings and conditioning, he sought to create a property that would challenge the best players in the world. Colin Montgomery and Sergio Garcia have both won Irish Opens here, proving the world-class mettle of the Druids Glen test. Druids Glen has been recently upgraded and renovated. The course surprised us with how much it reminded us of the home of the Masters in look and feel, but it also stunned us with the amount of ground movement, with Irish mountainscape charming us the entire way.
It looks nice, nifty, going to hole. Oh my.
8 feet away, great shot.
The course was tough, but so much fun, rewarding great shots and finding clever ways to penalize bad ones.
Nifty.
After our round, we made a late afternoon trek to County Estates, which has 36 tremendous holes of golf and a 5-star hotel. However, we were there for Powerscourt Distillery, a relatively new whiskey house proving the independent spirit of Irish whiskey making is alive and well, featuring a full-flavored offering. After our tasting tour of delicious whiskey and local meats and cheeses, we made our way back up north to County Kildare for the Horizon Irish Open, held once again at the 36-hole K Club. The Arnold Palmer designed club and former Ryder Cup host site welcomed global greats like Shane Lowry, Rory McIlroy, Tyrrell Hatton, Justin Rose. We got to meet Tiernan's dad, talk with our friends from Tourism Ireland, and spend the day discovering the property. As our trip was coming to an end, we got to look back on so many lifelong memories made, friendships started, and countless laughs, and started making plans for a return trip.
Love it. Every minute of it. Can't thank you guys enough. Can't thank you enough for the opportunity, and we're looking forward to the next time.